Hello, I'm Carl Johnson.
I'm William DeLella, and this is 2020.
Wait, what? We're not that great yet.
Yeah.
When I'm old and
60
wrinkly.
minutes?
I don't know.
ReelTalk NOLA, hi. And this week,
Hannity and Combs.
That's not even funny. That's not even funny, Rush, all right? We got Grown Ups 2. We have, what else?
Ripped.
R.I.P.D., very right, with Ryan Reynolds, ripped Ryan Reynolds. And then we're going to go right into the first trailer of the week before we do any of the reviews or anything like that. Pacific Rim.
We always thought alien life would come from the stars. But it came from deep beneath the Pacific.
What the hell is going on?
The first kaiju made land in San Francisco. The second attack hit Manila. Then the third one hit Cabo. And then we learned this was not gonna stop. In order to fight monsters, we created monsters of our own. We needed a new weapon. The Jaeger program was born. Two pilots, our minds, our memories, connected. And man and machine become one.
Today, at the edge of our hope, at the end of our time, we've chosen to believe in each other. Today we face the monsters that are at our door. Today we are canceling the apocalypse.
It is pretty cool.
Pacific Rim.
So that was Pacific Rim, the new,
Guillermo del Toro.
yeah, Del Toro. He's Mexican, people. Deal with it.
It means William. Guillermo means William. Hi.
Del Toro means of the bull.
Yes.
So it's William of the Bull.
William the Bull.
But
I'm down.
Yeah, but in case y'all don't know his name, he's Pan's Labyrinth, the Hellboy movies.
Orphanage.
Yeah, Blade.
Orphan-
Well, no, he was just producer on that.
Orphanage, yes. But
Blade 2.
he's done some amazing production
His
work.
first American movie was Mimic. If y'all remember that from back in the '90s with Mira Sorvino.
Yeah. Some visually stunning stuff.
Right.
Even Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. That was.
Yeah.
It may not have been the greatest story, but pretty visually stunning.
Oh, yes,
and it,
yes.
like it just kind of takes your breath away. How like you can have something like a giant tree creature walking down,
Yeah.
through Brooklyn, and you believe it
Yeah.
in a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Just real quick too, just to understand, like not only is he a visually director, but he's a great writer because Peter Jackson brought him on to help with The Hobbit.
Yeah.
He's got writing credit on The Hobbit.
Oh, absolutely. And he's got amazing writing credit, and I always love the fact that his background, he's a huge horror fan.
Yes.
So he's just like, one of his favorite
He loves
movies is-
fantasies, yeah.
Exactly. He loves fantasies, and it doesn't have to be nice all the time either. He loves darkness as well.
Well-
going into that idea, we have an apocalypse movie.
Right. Well, which is interesting is that I was reading some stuff about him. He's like, every movie he likes to bring in some type of form of Catholicism and religion.
Yeah.
And here you got the speech by Idris Elba from Prometheus.
We're canceling the apocalypse, yes.
And what I found was I was reading about it, something interesting. His perspective is like he's like, I grew up where my father was kidnapped when I was like 30 for 72 days. I've seen people shot in the streets. I've had a gun to my head because I'm from Mexico. It's hardcore down there. And he brings that kind of like rawness to his, like in this fantasy kind of, to his films, you know? Which is, it's just, if you've seen any of his movies, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, and it's gritty but real.
Yeah.
It's what Nolan used to be. But anyway, it's just, with that idea, we have this very dark movie about all of a sudden, and this is kind of a laudable concept. When I first heard about it, I was not pumped about this movie at all.
No.
Now
I
it's
thought-
growing. It's growing on
When
me.
I first saw the trailer, I thought it was Godzilla.
Precisely. And so the idea is that out of nowhere, this species has emerged that
Yes.
is literally this like giant monster,
Yeah.
and it's destroyed cities, successfully destroyed cities.
Yeah.
Human beings' response was create monsters. They create giant robots, which are piloted by 2 pilots at the same time.
Which I still don't understand why it needs 2 pilots, but hopefully.
Well, they end up syncing up.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, why is it
and
2
here's
versus
even
1?
the program they mention, subtle little bit of backstory here. It's very reminiscent of this show that I used to watch growing up. It's a Japanese anime called Evangelion, which has a similar premise, where they had giant robots that were piloted by people. And the reason it only worked is there was only certain people who could pilot these things. And they were almost had to go insane to deal with it because you literally put your personality into the robot. It looks like these people are melding personalities, like they are open to everything while they're doing
Right.
it, which leads to some good character stuff.
Yeah.
That being said,
yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah. And speaking of characters, we got Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, the blonde from Sons of Anarchy.
And if you don't recognize him before then, he was also in the short-lived television series Undeclared. Judd Apatow. So he's done comedy too. So I'm trying to point out. Also starring Ron Perlman, who's like in every Del Toro movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You got like we said earlier, Idris Elba, Prometheus, Thor, the recent Thor. He's been in so many other things, but
Yeah. Oh, he's a great character actor, and he pops all over the place.
yeah. And we got for a little comedy beat, we got Charlie Day.
Of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Right.
who's playing a scientist who I believe is one of the head scientists of the program,
Yeah.
which is very interesting. So he gets to just play a nerd,
Yeah.
which is totally cool. Yeah, it's fine with me.
Yeah.
So many things about this movie shouldn't work, and yet I'm very excited for it. In
Yeah.
fact, maybe the movie I've been most excited about since Star Trek, since I saw Star Trek earlier this summer.
Yeah.
And I think this could have a similar payoff, where I'm going in, we're going, I don't really know how it's going to be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of want that for movies at this point. 90% of movies I walk into at this point, I have a darn good idea where it's going. And I hate being right all the time about these things, because I usually come back and tell you folks, yeah, I was right. And I'm sorry I was right, because I wanted to be entertained.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting in a movie theater for 2 hours and being right. It's not fun, especially when I said the movie was going to be horrible. This movie, I feel there's enough mystery to it. I don't know how it's going to end. I don't know how it's going to play out. I barely understand the plot.
Right.
Only thing I know is you got a decent acting troupe, you got a little bit of comedy, you have an apocalyptic scenario, which is doing better and better these days, sans World War Z, and you have Guillermo del Toro
Right.
at the helm. Not only doing production, but I believe doing most of the writing on this.
Yeah.
I believe he has a large portion of the writing credit. These all spell good things for me.
Yeah.
Even, like I said, even Hellboy 2 wasn't a great film. I was still mildly entertained by it. I would still watch that again, even though
Yeah.
it was kind of like a childish version of Hellboy 1.
Right.
Your thoughts?
Well, I'm kind of on the same boat. If like any other director would have been assigned this movie or been doing this movie, I'd have been like, oh, this is gonna be so bad, because there's parts of it that feel very Godzilla and also parts that feel very Transformers, and I didn't like Transformers. So when I was watching these trailers, like, oh, this is gonna be so horrible, and then I started, when Del Toro's name comes, I was like, well, it could be visually good, and it's just one of those things where I don't know where it's gonna go, and I really hope it's good because Del Toro. His films are usually very striking.
I don't see this going the M. Night Shyamalan route.
Yeah,
I don't
that's what I'm
see,
afraid of him
I don't
going
see,
that
I
route.
don't see the Airbender out of this. I really don't. This looks like it has way more substance than the Airbender movie.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm really hoping. Well, I'm gonna rate it low, just because I'm unsure.
Wow, page from my playbook, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with DVD.
Okay.
'Cause I really don't. I'm gonna go see it, but for the mass audience, I think DVD. Until I see it, I really can't tell you to go see it.
I'm on the same page. It's like my instinct is to I want to tell everybody, go see a matinee. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be visually interesting and everything like that. But I was like, but I can't do that because I barely know anything about the movie. This is one of those trailers. Even though I've seen 3 different trailers on it, I still cannot tell you what this movie's about.
Right.
And
I've been wrong a lot this summer, so I feel like I need to
Which
start
not only
course
that,
correcting.
but it gets me scared when I was like, is it because they're hiding something from the trailer? Or, are they actually doing the way a trailer's supposed to be,
Right.
where they're not showing plot points? Or is the movie's plot that confused as well? It's a scary prospect.
Yeah.
Hence my DVD rating as well.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Giant robots fighting monsters. Go see it, but we'll let you know how it goes down.